Hi, boys and girls. Hey, I just wanted to check in with everybody and see how you're all doing. Hopefully, you're all hanging in there. I just have some updates that I wanted to go over with you and show you some things that I'm noticing that might be helpful. So I'm going to share my screen and have you guys take a look at the Google Classroom here. So hopefully you can see, I got it nice and big for you. Always look under the mandatory videos section, especially if you miss our weekly Zoom meetings. And then always be sure to look at the week at a glance. It really gives you an idea of what we're going to be doing. So as we're getting closer to Friday, when you start the new week, do this first, okay? Then don't forget to log in on the attendance form. A few of you I have to send reminders to, and it would be great if I can get you to just log in automatically. Make that the first thing you do, and then come right down the list, go to the daily agenda, and then just remember in the daily agenda, we have the attendance form and the daily checklist. That's so important, boys and girls. Make sure that you're doing the daily checklist and make sure that you're remembering to mark it as done or turn it in when you're done with that, okay? So that's important. Then I want to talk to you real quickly about the daily journal entry. Miss Santiago and myself have made a lot of comments on your daily journal entries. Some of you are reading them, some of you aren't. We hope that you'll take a moment to take a look at that because it does take us some time to do that. And then we're going to start a brand new document this next week. So you have a new journal entry. And just like before, this one will be blank. And I'm going to open it up and show you what it looks like. So here we have it. And it says add a short paragraph each day. Put the newest entry at the top. I started the first date for you since we're going to start this on Monday, April 27th. So remember, each new entry would go above here. So the 28th and then the 29th and everything, you just move it down, just like you've been doing. So great job on that. And then I wanted to show you the phantom toll booth. So a lot of people probably are reading this, but then maybe forgetting to turn it in. So if I look at one that's already assigned, because that one's for tomorrow, you can see there are 6 more people that it's assigned to. Maybe they read it, but they have not turned it in. So you need to make sure that you do the little attached Google Doc and answer the 3 little short questions there. Then make sure that you turn it in. You have to turn things in order for me to be able to give you credit for them and be able to grade them. So that would be wonderful if we can get everybody to make sure they're keeping up with the phantom toll booth. If for some reason you missed one last week, you missed a chapter, make sure that you read that and get it made up. We're doing chapter 6, and then next week we'll be doing some more chapters. So don't let yourself get behind. Also, Quill, I've been looking at the Quill activities, and I've noticed that some people are doing a really good job of doing one a day, and then we have some other people that are starting to get a little bit behind. So remember, this week, by Friday, which is coming right up, you need to make sure that you have 5 lessons done this week by Friday. So if you're behind on that, make sure you go to Quill and get that caught up. When you've done the 5 for this week, you can go ahead and turn it in. But please don't turn it in until you've done all 5 lessons. And remember, I have a little dashboard that I can see how many lessons you've done and which lessons you've done. So make sure you're getting those done, and that would be great. I will really appreciate that. Also, the Newsela articles. So when you're done with those, I'm going to open one up. This is the link to take you there. You know that. But when you're all done, even though you're doing the quiz and the writing prompt in Newsela, make sure that you turn it in. You'll have to mark it as done, I'm pretty sure. So also what I want to remind you about with the Newsela is if you accidentally turn in your Newsela after taking the quiz and you forget to do the writing prompt, I have not figured out a way to be able to give that back to you. So you will lose those points. So I want to remind you to be super careful and make sure that you are doing that writing prompt before you turn it in or submit it, because I can't find a way to let you go back to it. So just be really careful, and we'll keep things going here. The expository is pretty much over. Any of you that still have anything to turn into Miss Santiago, I'm sure she would appreciate that. I want to talk to you about iReady for this week. So just don't forget, you need to have 1 lesson by Friday completed and passed. So if you do a lesson and you don't pass it, you'll have to redo that lesson. We have not assigned any extra math on Thursday or Friday. So those days are meant for you to get everything caught up And if you're a little bit behind on your iReady Math, that would be Thursday or Friday would be the day that you would get caught up on your iReady Math. And then just remember, each one of these lessons, got to make sure that you turn them in. So when you're all done filling out your PDF here, make sure that you turn it in. I've had some people that did it, but they forgot to turn it in. So I cannot give you credit until you get those turned in, and it will make us all much happier because it'll save me some time. So thank you to all of you that are doing a good job. Just to let you know, there's a new PE with Mr. Dion. So Mr. Dave has a new setup here. You're welcome to take a look at that. When you click on this link, it'll take you to his doc, and it's got some great activities in there. If you're getting a little bored with our PE, check his out. I think you'll really like it. Okay. And there's a new fine arts for next week from Mrs. Allspaw. I'm sorry, music. And there's also a new fine arts, the Getty Museum Art Challenge from Miss Crowley. So lots of good stuff here, and hopefully I've covered it. I talked about the Phantom Toll Booth, talked about iReady. Oh, on Friday, you'll notice the schedule is kind of light because your job is to look at the daily checklist that has everything for the week. And please, boys and girls, make sure that you have turned everything in, or you're going to get a message from Google Classroom. And it would just be much better if you could have everything turned in on Friday. So use Friday to check back through your Google Classroom, look through all your assignments, click on each one and make sure that you turned it in. That's really important. That would really, really help me. Okay, so remembering to turn in or mark as done would be wonderful. We're starting a new journal entry next week, so just leave that old doc, turn in your old one on Friday. I know we've been telling you not to turn them in, but now if you want to on Friday, you can turn them in, and then we'll start a new one on Monday so that it'll be a little easier for Miss Santiago and myself to give you comments. All right, boys and girls, I miss all of you. Doggone it. I had so hoped we would be back in the classroom. So I am definitely missing you. My heart goes out to you, and I wish we could all be together. On the positive note, there is no SBAC testing this year, so that's a nice thing that you guys don't have to deal with, none of that stress. And another positive note, there are only 6 more weeks of school left, so it is going by faster now, and hopefully we can get everything done and keep this rolling along. So thank you all for all of your cooperation and hard work, and love to you all. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.